Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Justice Crime. I am Alicia. On February 19th, 2024, 35 years old Greg Schaaf was pronounced dead. Greg was from a close-knit family. He had one brother and one sister. He and Margaret got married in July 2022. They had been living in Fort Riley military installation since October 2022. This military base is located in Kansas. The couple had one child together, and Margaret has one 9-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. Greg was the sole breadwinner. He was described as being loving and kind. He was scheduled to be deployed prior to February 19th, 2024, but he opted to remain behind to care for Margaret and their newborn. She had been experiencing complications during her pregnancy, and after giving birth, their baby was kept in a neonatal intensive care unit for a while. Greg provided unwavering support to his family during this difficult time. Now to the timeline of the crime. On February 19th, 2024, Greg and Margaret were home with their two children. He was holding the baby when Margaret angrily took up a gun and fired it. The bullet hit him in his head and he fell into the bathroom where his stepdaughter was brushing her hair. The young child was petrified. She mustered the courage to call her father, who lived in Nebraska, and reported the incident. The father then notified the police. After the incident, Margaret put the two children in Greg's van and began driving off the base. As she exited the military gates, she was stopped by the police. They observed that she had been drinking alcohol. They instructed her to turn around and she complied. The police entered the Schaaf's matrimonial home and confirmed the report. Greg was pronounced dead not long afterwards. Margaret told investigators that she thought Greg was watching adult content, which led to her shooting him. An audio recording taken from Greg's phone showed Margaret in an unfavorable light. In the recording, she said she hated him and hoped he would die. She was arrested and charged with his murder. She was found guilty of second-degree murder on February 14, 2025. Her daughter testified that she shot Greg in anger. She was later sentenced to 293 months in prison. Now to the assessment. In this assessment, I will provide 5 possible psychological dimensions of the perpetrator, Margaret. Number 1, emotional dysregulation. Margaret may have felt disgusted by her husband's alleged behavior. She may have lacked adequate coping mechanisms to appropriately manage her emotions. Number 2, cognitive distortions. She might have interpreted Greg's viewing of adult content as an indication that he does not find her attractive and he does not love her. This interpretation, although not based in reality, could have fueled her action. Number 3, attachment and identity threat. Margaret was not gainfully employed. She did not seem to be involved in any activities outside of her home. It is likely her identity was attached to being Greg's wife. She may have perceived his behavior as threatening her identity and in turn acted violently for self-preservation. Number 4, mental health factors. No information was given regarding her mental health, but there seemed to have been several stressors in her life. These include giving birth to her daughter 11 months ago, caring for a newborn, and Greg's pending deployment. These stressors might have increased her stress level and reduced her coping skills, resulting in emotional instability. Mental illnesses such as depression, paranoia could increase her emotional instability, also reduce her impulse control and distort her perceptions. Her misperceptions and emotional instability could lead to violent reactions. Number 5, lack of support network. A support network provides stress relief, hope, strength, and resources to deal with challenges. If Margaret did not have one, she would have likely bottled up her distress, which eventually exploded in violence. After having looked at the possible psychological dimensions of Margaret's situation, I can confidently say she has no excuse or plausible explanation for her criminal behavior. She has taken away a loving father, son, and brother by refusing to control her impulses. The sentence of 293 months is appropriate for her crime. Greg was a kind and caring soul. He delayed deployment to ensure his family is cared for adequately. Yet still, he was murdered by his wife. Rest in peace, Greg. If you are having marital problems, seek counseling and find a support network. Divorce is also an option if you feel overwhelmed. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this content, consider liking and subscribing. Thank you. See you in the next.